Hello, this is going to be a quick review on this heat gun which I just received in the post a couple of days ago. This is a heavy duty high performance industrial heat gun, and I use a heat gun for my hobbies and obviously some DIY work and anything else I might want to use it for. And my old one just broke, so I needed another one, so I bought this one off that famous shopping site, and it had some really great reviews from other people who's bought it. It's got a 4 to 5 star rating. And I think it's really cheap at just £29.99, so you know, £30. So I'm going to show you what you get in the box and then how it operates, so you know exactly what you're going to get if you decide to buy one. I'll show you this gun in action when I melted some lead with it, when I removed some stickers and refurbished the bumpers on my van with it, and also where I tried to do some soldering with it and some heat shrink, and of course removing paint. And then at the end of the video I'll just sum up my thoughts on the heat gun. And of course, if you do want to get yourself one of these heat guns, I've left a link down in the description which will take you straight to this heat gun. And don't forget, check out my website where I've categorized all my videos and I've left links to all the products and parts that I recommend. Right, now let's whiz through my speed up intro and get on with the video. My name is Matt Ballard and I'm normally making help videos all about your gas boiler and your central heating. If you need help with those, then maybe you want to check out my channel where there are lots of help videos all about your gas boiler and your central heating. If you find this video helpful in any way, then please give me some feedback by clicking on that thumbs up, and that will also help others to find the video. If you think this video is useful, then click on that subscribe, and if you want to receive a notification the next time I upload a help video, then click on that bell. And of course, share the video with your friends. And I'd like to say a really big thank you to everybody who's left a donation in my toolbox fund. It's really appreciated and it helped me to make more videos which will hopefully help you. Right, now let's get on with the video. So what you get in the box then? So let's open up. And of course you've got a packet here with lots of tools in it. I'll just open that up and empty that out. Then we've got the heat gun, which is also wrapped in just a little plastic bag. And of course there's some instructions. Now in the packet you get this little scraper. You just got to undo that nut and then put that little triangle piece on the end. Do up the nut again, and then you got the little scraper. You probably use that for scraping on paintwork and such like after you've heated it. Then you got another little scraper just there for scraping your paintwork. You got this nozzle here, they call this the deflector nozzle. Obviously that's used for doing paintwork and such like. Then you have 3 different size nozzles. Obviously that's the finest. Then you got one that's a bit bigger, and then there's one that's slightly bigger again, just a single ring. And they all just push onto the end of the heat gun in a tight fit like that. Now this nozzle is called the reflector nozzle. They say this dispenses the heat evenly around the whole work surface. And you can see it fits onto the other nozzles, so you can do a more accurate heat and deflect it as well. To turn a heat gun on and off, you have 2 settings. You got a low and a high. And to adjust the temperature, you just turn the dial on the back of the heat gun. And the temperature can be adjusted in both the high and the low settings. So I was eager to see how well it works, so I just plugged it in and I just got a bit of paper and I turned it up to full. I'm going to see if it will burn this piece of paper. And of course, as you would expect, it does start burning it. And then I tried the smaller nozzle to see if that would burn it any better. And as you can see, it does burn it a little bit better because obviously the heat is a bit more directed. Now reading through the instructions, it says when you come to turn it off, if you've got it on full power, you want to turn the power right down low first of all. Let the gun run for a while, turn it to the lower setting so it gives the gun time to cool down, and that way you will make the element inside last a lot longer. Do be really careful because the end of the nozzle is incredibly hot and it stays hot for quite a long time. Now you can stand the gun up on its end like that, which is also quite useful. So I thought I'd do a little experiment. The heat gun says it will go up to 600 degrees C. Now this is a piece of lead and I thought I'd just try melting that and see how it goes using the heat gun to melt the lead. Now lead melts at 327.5 degrees C. So let's turn the heat gun right up to full. So I should have air coming out at 600 degrees C. So I was expecting it to melt this lead pretty quickly. I must say it didn't melt it as fast as I was expecting it to. And it's probably not a great thing to melt the lead with because you can see it starts blowing the lead around. So I don't think it would really work as a useful tool for melting lead. And I really don't think it would be powerful enough if you had a little container of lead to melt that lead down to maybe make some weights for maybe fishing or model planes or something. So I then tried it to remove some stickers from my van. You can see this one here is coming off the van, and so I decided to try and remove that. Initially I started peeling it off myself without the heat gun, and you can see it started breaking and it wasn't really coming off the van at all well. So that's where I got the heat gun, because I need to change some of my stickers on my van. and with the heat gun it comes off really easily. Now it was quite cold when I did this and the wind was blowing a bit, so I had the gun set on its second setting but with the temperature turned down a bit, and you can see the sticker comes off without any problem at all. Also, the bumpers on my van have become very discoloured. Now you may not know, but with a heat gun you can bring them back to their original colour. You just got to heat the plastic up and that releases the oils from down inside the plastic and it changes colour back to the original colour. You can see I'm just going over it with the heat gun. I have got it set on its second setting and its highest temperature, and I've got no nozzle on it. So if you got plastic bumpers on your car like this, then you can maybe try using your heat gun for bringing them back to their original colour. Now I did try setting on a lower setting, but I found it just didn't quite do the same job. I don't think the air quite gets into all the plastic, so using it on the second setting, you see there, just going to turn it back up again, and you can see again it starts just bringing out that colour a lot better. I must say I've never tried doing this before and I'm really impressed at how well it works. You can see it's just bringing the colour back out. You can see that little white mark on a bumper. When I go over it, it just goes completely. And I just went over this piece a little bit more, letting it get a little bit hotter, and you can see it's got a really nice shine to it now. You can actually see the reflection of the gun in the plastic. So yeah, I'm very impressed with this. Now I thought I'd do an experiment of soldering a piece of wire. You can see I'm going to set that to high. I'm going to turn the temperature right up to its maximum as well. Now this is a slightly larger piece of wire, but I'm using the deflector and the small nozzle, and we're going to see how we get on. Now I've got to say, if you are thinking about buying this tool to do some soldering, then I'd probably say buy yourself a soldering iron. Although it does do the soldering, it kind of didn't do it very well. You'll see it starts blowing the solder everywhere. Rather than it going into the joint, it just keeps blowing it off the wire. So I ended up with way more solder on the heat deflector and on my bench than actually in the piece of wire. And if I was using the soldering iron, it would have been finished by now. Maybe if you had a very thin piece of wire, it might do a better job. And in the instructions it does say you can do soldering off pipes. Now I'm not sure if I would trust it to solder a pipe properly, because I'm not convinced that there is enough heat there to make sure that the heat goes all the way around the fitting and you get that good capillary action where the solder flows all the way around the fitting and you get that good soldered joint with no leaks. Going back to the piece of wire, you can see now that the solder is going into the joint and it is soldering it together. But personally, I don't think I will be using a heat gun again to try soldering wire together. Now here's the piece of wire. Now I just want to put some heat shrink on it just to protect it and to see how that goes. So there we go, it is a bit of heat shrink. I'm going to put the gun to its first setting and I'm going to make sure it's turned right down low. So that's at its lowest setting. Let's see how it deals with this heat shrink. And now you can see that does that a perfect job. So there with the small nozzle and the deflector, yeah, that's a great job. It's done the heat shrink and no problem at all. And then finally, one of the jobs I hate the most is decorating. Now I'm going to set the heat gun to its first setting. I'm going to turn the temperature control right up to its top. And I'm using a wide nozzle and we'll see how it deals with this paint on this old shelf. Now I'm just letting the heat get into the paint, make it start coming off. And then I use the scraper and then obviously just scrape away at that paint. Now you can see that that is coming off, but I feel it's not quite coming off quite as well as I would like it to. So I'm just going to turn it up to its second setting. So I'm now going to turn the switch up to number 2. And I've already got the temperature at full. So let's see how that does. And you can see straight away the paint comes off just that a bit easier. Like it's just flying off now. And I can go over the board relatively quickly. So yeah, that's pretty good. If you're trying to remove paint, I think it does a great job. Now I did try using the nozzle to scrape the paint, but that doesn't really work because you put some force on it and the nozzle just comes off. So you're just using the nozzle to heat the paint up. So I thought I'd just pop this little clip in because this is a weird bit of science for you. I was just playing around, obviously doing the paint, and then well, you can see the heat come out in the heat gun. What's really odd is you can see the heat has a line in the reflection, but you can't see it normally. There's some kind of weird science going on there. And I thought that was quite impressive. And also just mention I did try burning some wood, and this blue stuff on the wood, it's very protective, and the heat found it really hard to get through. But once I got through that blue stuff, yeah, it burns the wood really easily. So if you are removing paint with it, then do be careful, because it will burn the wood. And you can see now I've got a nice little fire going on there. So yeah, so I suppose that's another use for it if you want to light your fire in the winter, or maybe if you want to light a barbecue. I can see that would work really well for lighting your barbecue or a fire. So just to sum up on this heat gun, so I've used this on several different jobs, and I think it did a really good job for what I wanted to use it for. So yes, I would definitely recommend this if you're just a basic DIY who just wants a heat gun to do the things which I was doing in the video. Now, if you want something a bit more professional, where you can see exactly what temperature you're setting it to, and you also want it to be a bit hotter, because I think this has been a bit generous when they say that it goes up to 600 degrees, because I don't think it can really do that. Although it did melt the lead, it wasn't capable of melting a whole pot of lead. But if you just wanted to use it when I do, I think it is a great tool. The only con which I would say is that the lead is only 1.5 meters long. So it does mean maybe if you strip and paint around the door frame, it's going to be lifting that extension lead off the floor, which is kind of a little annoying. But apart from that, it's not much of a deal breaker. So yeah, I definitely recommend this. Of course, if you are interested in getting this heat gun, then I've left a link down in the description, which will take you straight to this heat gun. Right, that's about it then. So I do hope my video has been helpful to you. If you want to watch my next video, then you can click on the link just here. And if you found my video helpful in any way, then please give me that little bit of feedback by clicking on that thumbs up. And like I said, that will help others to find the video. And if you enjoyed the video, then you can click on subscribe. And if you want to receive a notification the next time I upload a help video, then click on that bell. And of course, share the video with your friends. And if you want to buy me a cup of coffee, I'd like to say a really big thank you to everybody who's left a donation in my Toolbox Fund. It's really appreciated, and it helped me to make more videos, which will hopefully help you. Bye for now, and I'll see you next time.